Let us examine the function increase salary in the sample application. It will increase the salary of the employees in the selected department by a percentage specified. If the salary is less than amount specified in the system parameter named highest salary, specified in the menu of the function, this requires code complementing. WinForm function specifies the code component and the class used by this function, and the button increase salary specifies that when this button is clicked, it will call the plugin method increase salary. Let us examine the solution, which has got three projects, namely client components, UI, update, and server component, update service. All these 3 DLLs should be in the application component directory. In the build property, this should be specified for all three projects. And in the directory, they can be observed with debug data for debugging these components if required. UI component has a method increase salary that will be invoked when the button is clicked. Observe the signature where the record set department, the anchor table of dialog, is passed to the method along with instance reference of the dialog instance. First line uses the dialog instance to get the value of the field increase %, which is not in any table. It is a virtual field. Next two statements validates to ensure that is valid decimal value. If not valid, it is returning. Ideally, an error message should be displayed to the user. If valid, and converts. Last statement call update instance method increase salary. Signature will be same that of the update service. It will convert the individual parameters into a list and is calling a method update service not directly but using the plumbing mechanism of mincetp. Update service public class has the same signature as the eUpdate component. Interface is a public class. To keep the complexity of code simple elegant, in this class no update code is written. There are separate classes logically organized primarily based on which table is updated. Since this code is updated in the employee table, update code is written in the internal class. Public classes just redirects it to that instance which is created at the time of creating interface class instance. First statement gets the value of the highest salary beyond which the salary will not be increased. Next statement gets the employee table using the relationship department of the employees for the currently selected department record passed from the dialog which has come through to this method. It is selecting the child records that are less than highest salary. It is ordering it by employee number. Notice it is using the global constants so that no coding errors will be experienced at the execution time. It will processing the employee records starting with the first next record moving to the next record at the end of each record processing. It does this process while it finds records in the record set created. If we expand the region process one employee, we could observe what happens for each employee record. First statement gets the value of salary of the current record. Next statement increments the salary. Third statement puts the current record in the edit mode so that its value can be changed and validations performed later. It sets the salary value to the new value. Next statement validates whether all the values are valid. If not valid, it will throw a validation exception and stop the process and exit the function after displaying the message to the user. If valid, it will update the record. Since this is a make authorize table, it will have to update authorize as well. To debug this function, we need to debug this using the start program of mincetp.ms begin in the msr directory. This will use the configuration and will run the application as if we are running normally. The start program should be specified in the debug dialog of the properties of the solution. This will execute many software components of mincetp. To debug the plug-in codes, we should place breakpoints. Ideal breakpoints to begin with will be start of code of each method we have written. On the left side of the line clicking will create a breakpoint and breakpoint will be shown in maroon color. Similarly in trn update, we could place a breakpoint. Similarly in update service in interface class, we could place a breakpoint and similarly in update service in employee class, we could place a breakpoint. In the editor start debugging as shown. Application will execute. Choose the unction increase salary. Specify 15% increase. It will show the source code when it hits the first breakpoint in UI. Continue the code, statement by statement, by pressing function key 10. When the mouse hover a data name, it will show its value in the tooltip. We can change the next statement executed by choosing the option set next statement in the right-click menu. Here we went back to get screen field value statement. Instead of using function key 10 and proceeding, by right-click and choose option run to cursor to proceed to a certain point in the code. When the code calls another method, pressing function key 10 will not show the execution inside the called code, but pressing function key 11 will show inside the called code. In this case anyway, it would have shown since we have placed a breakpoint inside that code in update. When a mouse over for an object, it will show the object by expanding the object in the tooltip. Its parts can be seen and scrolled to see the values. In the record set, useful information, the list of fields in the record given in as array in the attribute projected field names, and the p data row and item array within in it that gives the field value in the currently selected record. Values of elements of objects could be more continentally viewed by clicking Quick Watch. It will give in a separate dialog the values which can be scrolled and expanded conveniently. We observe that 7th element is salary, and in the item array 7th element is 352,000, the value of salary field, which is incorrect. Current salary of 22,000 should be after increase 25,300. There is a bug. Increase percent has not been divided by 100. We fix this and rebuild the update service project and start debugging again. This time, we need not go statement by statement except in the update service code.